Tonight we have a special report on the 100th anniversary of the Mexican Revolution. The Mexican Revolution was a revolutionary war that began as outbursts of civil uprising. The war began in the year 1910 in the country of Mexico. It lasted until the year 1920 and was an attempt to overthrow the dictatorship of Porfirio Diaz in the early 20th century. One immediate effect of the revolution was the establishment of a constitutional republic. The Mexican people finally developed a sense of identity and purpose. Guidelines for future Mexican policies and leaders were also established. Asia is with us now, live from Mexico City.
I have here with me Juanita Rodriguez, whose grandfather was elected president of Mexico in 1917. Is that right?
Yes, my grandfather was Mr. Carranza.
And he became the leader after the overthrow of Porfirio Diaz. Is that correct?
Yes, you could say many hated and loved him.
Did his dictatorship affect the family in any way, positive or negative?
Well, when the opposition rebelled in 1920, my grandfather fled the capital and was betrayed and murdered. I was too young to realize or know what had happened, but it had a large impact on my mother and father. It left us in deep poverty, and many conflicts in my family arose.
It's not an everyday occurrence that we get to meet people and talk to someone with such great descendancy. Do you feel your grandfather was a good leader during the Mexican Revolution?
He was very intelligent, but very stubborn. He had a very little charisma, which I think my own father retreated from him. His success in the revolution was mainly due to his ability to portray himself as a wise, stern leader who was the nation's best hope for peace.
Thank you so much, Juanita. Back to you, Madison.
Okay, ready? Mexico's 1917 Constitution established an 8-hour workday of minimum wage, the rights to establish unions and to collectively bargain, and a right to strike. These rights were not yet seen in the United States until the 1930s or later. Although minimum wage is still considered a low pay, Mexican citizens were very content and satisfied with their new price pay. Before the law, workers were committing to hard labor for very little pay. Nicole has more on this topic.
Here with me is an everyday Latino citizen who works for a minimum wage. May I ask you what you make an hour?
At the most, 57.46 pesos an hour.
Which is about $4.45 US in the US. I know in the United States, minimum wage isn't considered the ideal pay for citizens. Are you satisfied with your paycheck as of now?
Yes, it's hard work, but you take what you can get, I guess. Us Latinos are very thankful for every penny. We work for it. It's not much. I don't need much, you know. With the economy the way it is, it's hard to get more.
Right. Do you have a family?
Yes, I'm married with 2 wonderful children. Very smart.
Is your paycheck enough to support your family and all of its needs?
Well, we're not of the fortunate, but we're not of the less fortunate. My wife works for minimum wage as well. We get by, but we don't get a lot of fancy things, you know. We have a home and food in our tummies, so we're happy.
Thank you. Back with Maddie.
When we asked many citizens in the streets of Mexico City whether the revolution reached its goals or not, we got many interesting responses. Excuse me, miss. Miss, can I ask you a simple question?
Yes.
Do you think the revolution achieves its goals or not?
Wait. Live television?
Yes, this is live television.
What channel?
5.
What is it going to be on?
Live.
Live! Live! Hello, Dad! What's your question now?
Do you think the revolution achieved its goals or not?
To answer that question,
Yeah. I think the Mexican Revolution achieved its goals.
And why is that?
Carranza, he was a very good leader.
Why do you think he was a good leader?
Well, what he did for us Latinos.
Thank you. More effects of the Mexican Revolution include the new constitution was approved and called for nationalization of foreign-owned interests. The government gained general control over the economy. Church land was made property of the government, and in 1929, institutional revolutionary Party was created and dealt with many groups, concerns including those of workers and business owners. The cause of Mexican Revolution, many say, is the dictatorship of the ruler Porfirio Diaz for over 30 years, exploitation and poor treatment of workers, and great disparity between the rich and the poor. For more on this topic, visit our website at happyhournews.com. Thank you and have a good night.